everybody, so this is NGHS Promise, and right now we're with Amanda Gonzalez. She was a former student from North Carolina High School. You're 2018, aren't you?
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
So Amanda, tell us about yourself.
So I am 19 years old. I go to Richland College. I work part-time for the city of Garland too, and I've been doing that since summer of 2017. So yeah, I'm the youngest child. I don't know what else it is.
What career are you pursuing right now?
Right now I'm doing teaching, but when I was in high school, I was doing the engineering program here at North Garland. But when I went to college, I decided I was going to do teaching instead of engineering.
That's good. How do you think high school kind of prepared you for that career, or like for the engineering career? You say you changed careers. How did it help you?
I think that the engineering program, the PLTW program, helped a lot because it helped me with teamwork, and so getting that experience to like do stuff with other people and not just have yourself be isolated, and also that with the engineering, there's a lot of different things that are very useful that you can use during your life. So like right now with work, like teamwork is great because I'm working with all these different people, parents, children. I'm learning how to work with everyone. And then there's problem solving, which that's also good because there's always problems anywhere. So there's a lot of other ones, but I can't really think of them right now. But it's really, I think that it really helped, like not just with choosing my career, but just in life in general, because there's certain things that you can't learn in other places, but it's good that they like teach you and break it down here in high school.
What would be some of those things you think that high school prepares you for life? And do you think they can include other things that they can be prepared as well? Like you said that high school prepared you for like a little bit of life that nobody else can teach you. Like, what are some things and what can we add to those things?
I think that one of the things for sure is like being patient with people, because like there's people that are going to be in your classroom that they're going to be the loud ones, the obnoxious ones, the ones that are just never listening and do their own thing. And so I think that that part really prepares you because not everyone in life is going to be the same. And so there's going to be people that everywhere, no matter where you go. If you quit a job because you don't like this person, guarantee there's going to be someone just like that at another place. So it's good to know everyone and like different things about everyone, because life is, it's a box of chocolates. So I mean, it's not going to be the same everywhere, so it's good to have different experiences everywhere. So like when I was doing engineering here, I took first I started with mechanical, just to like dig into there and see if I really liked mechanical, and then later I went into like more hands-on mixed with electrical. So I was just getting a feel for the different types of engineering just so I could see what I liked. And I found that I like engineering a lot, but I like it more recreationally than I do as a career. So I don't know if that went off for a
No, that's alright.
But yeah.
Alright, is there something else you want to talk to them, like high school students who are like feeling kind of afraid of not knowing what to do in high school? Like you said, like you changed careers. Do you think it's like okay for them not to know what to do?
Yeah, for sure. So for one of my college classes, I'm taking Education 1301. And I didn't realize it was going to be this class, but it's like a getting your life together kind of class, and like organizing, learning how to study, college kind of stuff, and life kind of stuff too. And so for that class, my teacher, she's real patient with us, and she's real sweet, and she's even told us multiple times that she changed her career 4 times. And so there's honestly nothing wrong with that. Like if you feel like you're not going to be cool or like comfortable with a certain career, that's fine. I mean, I thought I was for sure going to do veterinary. I was going to be a veterinarian when I was little, and then it turned out to be engineering, and I was teaching. So like I've changed so many times because I had some like in-between ones too. So I mean, I've never been for sure about like anything that I want to do in life, because you never know, you're going to change throughout life. But yeah, so that class is real good because she's real patient, and she knows life, and she's done so many things. She's worked at Texas Instruments. She was the first lady. She told us this yesterday, that she was the first lady to be a manager at Tum Tum, And so that was like a new thing at the time, that a lady could be a manager. And so she was telling us about that, and I thought that was pretty cool because like there's different things that you don't know that you can do, but if you just try and work your hardest, you can do anything you want.
That's good. What do you think a person should think about when it comes to their career? Like for you, like you say you were passionate about engineering, but what made you want to pursue teaching?
In elementary, I was always real close with my teachers, so like I really liked to help them. I would stay after school and help them grade and just like organize their classrooms, and I was a real weirdo. I was a teacher's pet. So I really liked just being there with the teachers and like grading papers. I don't know why. I would always ask any teacher if they wanted me to grade papers. But I also really like kids, so I want to be an elementary school teacher, and I really like kids. So I think just go with. I know that some people say like go with what's going to give you money, and yeah, that's true. You do want to be able to provide for yourself, but also make sure that you're not just like going through the motions of life. Enjoy life. Like I want to be a teacher because I love kids. I love playing with kids, and I did a summer camp this summer. That was so much fun. But yeah, and so like kids were crying at the end, and I was like, I'm gonna miss you guys. But so yeah, I'm just real passionate about like being with kids and like having fun with kids and having them laugh. You know, that's so good. I don't know how to explain it, but like it brings joy to me. Like when kids laugh and they're having fun and they're not like down in the dumps. Because I know there were some times that some kids were like sad because they didn't win a game, and so I would have to just talk with them, and then eventually I would get them to laugh and smile, and I was like, there you go. And so I just really like kids and having fun. I'm not really a kind of computer kind of person. So yeah.
Alright, is there something else you want to talk about that I haven't asked? Or does a cameraman have a question to ask her? Like about college life, or what do you think it would be best for her to like answer to our viewers that we haven't yet answered?
I know some people would probably think, is college stressful at all?
For me, I don't think it's stressful. I go to Richland, so I mean it's not like university kind of stuff. Because I have one friend who she's at Texas A&M Commerce, and she had like 5 physics things to do, but that's physics, and it was all due in one night. So that's physics. That's a different story. I'm gonna put that aside. But I mean, to me, I don't feel like it's that hard. Like I get my stuff done. I do the notes. I don't always do homework on time, but it's not always just like, you know, to the grind. It's you can have some fun, and if you manage your time right. Like I go to school, I go to college. I'm starting a little business too. So like I have all these different things. I have like a lot of stuff going on. Like today I've just been driving around all the time. But I mean, if you just manage your time, you can get anything done. And like some teachers, they are gonna be like not even teaching you. Like my math teacher, he just goes through PowerPoints. He doesn't do anything. But I mean, I understand math enough to where I'm okay with it, and I'm fine with him not being 100% like, you know, teaching us everything, because we have the PowerPoints too. We have all the resources. So I mean, it's just managing your time and doing what you need to do. If you know that you're going to not do so well in this class, maybe put a little bit more effort into that than the one that you know you're good at. So, yeah.
Alright, like, now that we're talking about your college life, like, do you believe that there's some people that say college is not for everybody, like, would you agree with that?
I agree, yeah. I think that college isn't for everybody. Like, if you feel like you're not going to do great at college, and you know you're just going to be wasting the money, don't go to college. Do a trade, at least. If anything, do a trade. Do construction. Do some kind of trade. So that you won't have to be as, like, you know, stressed out about all these tests and all these things that are going on for college. Like, you'll know that if you know that you like to do stuff like a trade, then you'll put all your effort into that, because that's going to be your career later on. So it's fine if you don't go to college. Just make sure you do something. Because college it's a bunch of just busy work, I think. But it does help you learn, so it's good too. But if you're not going to do college, do a trade, because at least learn something that'll be useful for your life later.
I believe like high school right now, like here at North, and I think like all Gen Z schools right now, we're connected to the CRTC Center, where like we have fashion there, we have engineering, we have mechanical. I think we have also veterinary veterinaries there. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't speak. And marketing there too, and like, do you think like in like for some of them, like I think there's an electrician program where like able to get their certification, like by the graduating with high school, also in medical here, they get like a pharmacist certification. Yeah. Do you think that helps them if like they have no plans for going to college?
Yeah, for sure. I have a friend who he was class of 2016, and he did the HST. He did HST, and he did the pharmaceutical thing. So he had like. He's in Richland too, so I see him at Richland. But he did that, so he's able to get, and he does have a job working at a pharmacy. So I mean, at least he's getting something out of that. I know another person from class of 2016. He did the electrical tech program with Mr. McKee. Mr. McKee's now at the CTE Center. And so the guy who took the class, he's working for Sherman-Williams company, so like the factory part of it, and he's helping to repair like the machines and stuff, the robots and all that, and coding it and getting all the electrical stuff together. So I mean, it really helps him because he works like only, I think like 6 days, maybe less, but he works like 12 hours or something like that, which is kind of long and everything, but knowing that you'll have like more than just the weekend to be off is great, and he gets a lot of money. Like, I'm not even kidding. And he just graduated in 2016. Like, and he's already, like, oh my God. So, yeah, like, I mean, trades are good. They're great. And then I have another friend, class of 2018 with me. He did the firefighters program at the CTE Center. And so I know that he got a job with them during the summer. I don't know if he continued with it, but I have history class with him. I should ask. But, so I know that he did that, and he worked with the Garland firefighters. So, I mean, it's always good to get your foot in there. Because, like, with me, I didn't do my summer job for 2017. Didn't have anything to do with engineering. It was with Parks and Recreation. And so I started working for the summer over there. I was a receptionist. Kind of a receptionist. But, yeah, I was a receptionist, so I would answer calls. I'm blanking. I would answer calls. I would sign up kids for swim lessons. I would answer questions about like, hey, what parks can I rent and this and that, and just different questions about Parks and Recreation. And so I went on to do that. And then when the summer ended, I wanted to do work program here at North. And so I asked the Parks and Recreation people if they would be fine with keeping me on during the school year so I could do work program and start getting paid and going ahead and getting out early and just starting off, with something. And so they said yeah. So they did want to keep me, which was great because I was glad that they wanted to keep me and it wasn't just like forced kind of stuff. They actually helped me through a lot of different things. They would be real flexible with me. I had robotics, so every once in a while I would come in. Sometimes I would have to go work because I had to make my hours, my 15 hours, and they closed at 5. So I would make time sometimes to come to robotics, but I needed to make those hours in order to get my that class credit. But yeah, so after the summer, I worked during the school year, and then a little bit more into the school year, and then when the next summer hit, then people from Audubon Recreation Center, where I work now, they asked me if I wanted to be a camp counselor, and so like I had worked with them a little bit, and so I was like, yeah, sure, that'll be fine with me. And so it was real sad for me to leave the admin office with Parks and Recreation because I really love those people. They were like a second family, and it was so great. And so I remember my last day I cried, and they were like, stop crying, and I was like, I'm sorry. And it was my first job, and I really loved it. But yeah, sorry. Okay. But yeah. So I really did love that job, and they're still like, I'll text them if I need something, or if like I need a letter of recommendation or I don't even know. If I need something, I can always text them. And one of the two of them that worked at the admin office, they come to a card making class at Audubon. So we always say hi to each other, and it's always so fun. But yeah, so then I worked the next summer with the camp with kids, and so we would go on field trips 4 days out of the week. So the Monday would be a day that we just like, it was a new group of kids every week. And so Monday was just like a getting to know you kind of day. Tuesday we would go to surf and swim. Wednesday we would go on a field trip. Thursday surf and swim. Friday another field trip. So it was like so much fun. It was like 3 field trips. But yeah, so that was 8 weeks out of the summer. So that was real fun. And building that connection with kids. One of the kids was from Nebraska, and like, they're just from everywhere, and it's real fun. And then now, well, after the summer, I turned into a recreation aide. So that's where I would be, you know, answering calls, signing up kids for different classes within the rec center. And then I wasn't even a recreation aide for very long, and then they promoted me to recreation associate. So I'm doing that right now, and it's going good, and I'm hoping to continue with them while I go on to University of UNT later on. I only have 3 more credits, and then I have my associates. So I got 39 credits when I was here, and you need 60 to graduate with associates. So I got a lot of it. I've only done 2 semesters at Richland, and I'm almost done. So.
Yeah, but like, you were an honor student. You were an AP student, weren't you?
I did take some AP classes. I took AP and dual credit.
But do you believe that some regular students are not like having the same opportunity as you're having right now?
Yeah, I think so. Partially because some people just don't believe in them, so they don't believe in themselves. So that's a real downer. And I can understand how all that happens, but everyone needs support with something, whether it be, you know, mental, physical, just life in general. So always try and help out with like supporting other people. If you know that someone's having trouble with something, try and help them out, because I can guarantee I've had times like that where I needed help and I went to go find someone to help me. So people help. But
Do you think
that
do you think that high school can actually help those like regular students as well, like they help the AP students? Because if I remember well, you're an old MSD student, and I believe you'll have like this one day when you go to interviews with actual real companies and see if you're able to get a job there as well. Do you think that they should be able to do the same thing with regular kids, like prepare them for job interviews like they prepared y'all?
Yeah, for sure. I think that they should. I didn't even know that they didn't do that. Well, I think every time. But I think that they should, because like everyone's gonna need a job at some point. Everyone's gonna need to do an interview at some point in their lives. It's better to start teaching them now. Like for engineering, there was I don't even know how many times we did interviews with different people just to get that experience in, and to, you know, start teaching ourselves like what kind of questions do you need to answer, what kind of answers do you need to give, what kind of things do you need to say. So that really helped me, because with my interview for the city, like it was pretty easy for me. But other people that have never had an interview ever, and they're already like 22 or something, they're not going to know exactly what to wear, what to say, what to do, what to bring. You know, it's good to have everyone be able to have that opportunity, I think.
So that's something that high school might want to get better at.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
helping other students in the future. Yeah. My cameraman, have any other questions to add for our speaker that you think you might want to get answered as a regular kids, of course?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
It was
But you know, it's the same experience.
Yeah, that's true.
You mentioned earlier about how we have to act, how we have to dress, what to bring, what not to bring. Could you give a couple examples about that?
So for an interview, you need to make sure that you wear business clothes, and if not business, then business casual. So like if it's hard business or like business casual, at least something business-like. So this kind of shirt would be fine. This shirt is fine. This is a good business shirt. Boots, they're fine. Jeans, not fine. Make sure that you do not wear jeans. Do not wear shorts. Wear slacks. Guys, I think that it was, if it's business casual, it's just a button-up shirt with a tie, I believe. And if it's like business, put a suit on. So yeah, but make sure that you don't wear just tennis shoes or anything like that. You need to make sure that your shoes look nice. Your pants are nice, your shirt is nice, not with holes and all these different things. Like, it looks professional-ish. I think that this would, well, maybe not this one because it's all, like, torn up and everything. But, like, this kind of sweater would be fine. A cardigan would be fine. This shirt that she has on is fine. Maybe not the jacket.
No.
But yeah, so that's what you need to wear. You have to have an elevator speech. So when they tell you, like how she told me, tell us about yourself. You need to hit the points that you want them to know about you. So if you want them to know, I'm a real hard worker, say that. Make it your elevator speech because that's going to be the first thing that you tell them. So that's going to be their first impression of you. What to bring for an interview? You always want to bring your resume. You may have already sent one in, but make sure that you always bring one so they can have a physical if they didn't like print off the one that you sent them. So always bring a resume. Bring extra resumes. Because you don't know how many people are going to be interviewing you. So like if you have 3 people in front of you interviewing and you only brought 1 resume, that's not going to look good. Like, I'll just give it to you instead of like all 3 of them having it, interviewing it. Because they're all going to have different things that they want to touch on your resume. What to bring? Let me see. Girls, you can bring a purse, like a little one, not a big gigantic one. Bring a little one. I don't know what else. Does that help, or do you need more explanation?
That helps.
That's good.
Alright, anything else? What about when it comes to SAT and ACT? Do you think the high school prepares you enough for that?
I did not put my all into any of those.
But you believe high school could do a better job?
Yes, I believe they should. Because I was a good student, but with those I was just like, oh, whatever. So don't follow my example. Do good on them. Study for them. Yeah, study, because I did not get good scores on those.
You're going to college.
Yeah, woo, I got into college.
But yeah, like you said before, maybe college is not for everybody, but high school has so many activities like CRTC that help them get a certification, and that's what we're trying to also talk about, how college is just another step. Like, there are many paths you can take, and basically high school can also help you get the certification.
Like, I feel like college is just high school, but you have a free schedule, like, to be honest. It's nothing different, I don't think, at least. Another thing I wanted to say, when you said about, like, what was I saying? Anyway. But what I was going to say was about networking. So make sure that, okay, that's what you were saying about, like, the things that you do in school. So if you know you're a real, like, quiet person, like, I was a real quiet person for a really long time. But, so if you know that you're a real quiet person.
It's called socializing.
Yes. But if you know that you're a real quiet person and you don't really like to be with people and stuff like that, try and find at least something that you can, like, get into. So, like, whether it be just hanging out with a teacher, because they'll help you with things. Like, honestly, they'll help you. And, like, if they know that you're struggling with something, they'll help you. They're there to help. Some of them, maybe not. But most of them, are. So, like, they understand about, like, the things that are happening in your life. They'll be there for you if you need something. Like, I'm not even joking. And so, where was I? Yeah, networking. Okay. Sorry, that was, like, a little side thing. But yeah, so like networking is really important. Like I learned that in my marketing class. I learned it in engineering class. Marketing is super important because without marketing, you won't be able to have these little connections to different things. So like, I don't even know how to explain it, but marketing is like the key because you may not know this person working for this company or anyone within that company, but if you know someone who has some kind of tie to them, you'll be able to have some kind of tie to them to get to the other person. So I don't know if that made any sense at all, but so make sure that you have networking because, like, say that she knows, I don't know, let me see, what's a good example? I don't even know a good example. I don't know how to explain marketing, but it's great. Okay, we'll go with this. Okay, so the people who worked at the admin office with me. Oh, yeah. There you go, that's a good one. Okay, so I had a lady who, when I because I worked at the admin office, and when they kept me for the school year, I turned into a special events intern instead of just a regular intern, which there's really not much of a difference, but I just specialize in something. But for special events intern, I was working with this one lady, Jackie Justice, and so she worked with, she worked as a special events lady, like the top of the special events, and so I worked under her. And then later on, she decided to move to Plano and work for the city of Dallas. And so now that's what she's doing. And I would babysit her daughter, so I had that as a way to, get some extra money. And then later on, my sister, my oldest one, she wants to do police work. And so I had told Jackie one day, we were talking, and so she was telling me that the police officer who works with special events also works in the canine unit, and my sister wants to be a canine officer. And so Jackie was telling me, like, hey, if you want, I can tell this police officer, because she's in charge of both of them, and I can recommend your sister to her, because then Elena, my sister, would have a foot in the door. I'm sorry. She would have a foot in the door for the police academy with Dallas, with that lady being one of the references and one of the people that, would be able to, not support, recommend her. I don't know if that made any sense. I was stuttering and confused. But just having that networking, because you won't know everyone in the world, obviously. But if you know someone who knows someone else, that'll get you somewhere. So yeah, that was a really bad example. But networking is great. I don't even know how to explain it. Said it like 5 times already.
That's great. So I guess we're almost over with this. So I don't know the time. Do you know the time?
Hope I don't kill it. 30:32.
Yeah, so we're about to finish this, and do you have any last questions for Amanda that you might want her to answer as a college student?
Not that I can think of right now.
Alright. So Amanda, any last advice you want to give students who are like unsure of what they want to do in the future?
It's fine to be unsure. I don't know what else to say. It's fine to be unsure. Like, if you want, like, just research different things. For, like, my education class, we took a test that, like, tells you what would be good fields to go into. So I know that high school does that. I think it's, what's it called? It starts with an M. The test for seniors.
For seniors.
I don't know. But there's a test that tells you, like, what careers would be good for you. And in Richland, you can take that test too. It's Choices 360. I don't know if anyone can do it, but I know that you have to have a login and all that stuff, so maybe not everyone. But so we took the Choices 360 test in that class, and so now they have us like researching the different fields and just like looking at like all the different things about it. So if not with high school or with Choices 360, find a way to like look into different fields and see what you can or what you would be good at, kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's okay, guys. Yeah. College is not for everybody, like Amanda said. Alright. Thank you so much for helping us. I miss you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye.
You're over?